Hi everyone. Welcome to CC Stuff with stewiejp. I'm Stewie. You're not, and this video is all about hardware that I use. Hardware that I use to make YouTube videos, to stream on Twitch, to have a bit of fun, and also to enjoy my gameplay and to enjoy my content creation experience, if you like. If you haven't noticed, Tanks.tv is live. Link down below. Click on it. It's free. And if you want to be a community contributor, if you're already creating content and you want to become a community contributor, there's plenty of room. Click on the big orange button on Tanks.tv and apply to become a community contributor now. There'll be further videos on what it's like to be a community contributor. There'll also be another video about hardware. The next video about hardware is going to be all about audio. This one's going to be all the other stuff that I use. It can be really, really tempting. It can be really, really tempting to go out and spend fucking heaps of money on stuff that you might not need. So look, doing a bit of research first is well worth it. What a lot of the stuff that you might need, if you've only just started creating content, or if you're thinking about starting creating content, or even if you've been creating content for a while, some of the stuff you might need, or some of the stuff you might want to use to make your life a bit easier or convenient and make your content a little bit better, you might already have. Some you won't, some you will. But I implore you, before going out and spending thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff, do your research, have a look, and think about whether you can really afford it, whether you really want it. And if you do, and you can, great. If not, don't be tempted to throw thousands of dollars down the drain if it's stuff you're not going to use. Do a bit of research first. Anyway, the first one I'm going to talk about is the Elgato Stream Deck. Now, this is not free, but it's something that I find really, really handy. And so we're going to talk about that one first. It's also one that I get asked quite a few questions about. Now, the Elgato Stream Deck is not cheap. It's not really super expensive, and when I first heard about them, I didn't know what they did. When I asked someone, they said, oh, it does everything. Well, it doesn't do everything, but it does a lot. It can be very, very handy, and it might be worth spending a couple of $100. There are 3 versions. There's one with 6 buttons, which I probably wouldn't recommend, but it's probably okay for some people. There's an extra large one, which I think has got 32 buttons, which is, you can see on the screen there, for $365. That's through PC Case Gear, and they're about that. They're pretty competitive. The one I've got is listed there for $239 on the PC Case Gear website, and I think I paid less than that, but I got it on sale at some point. You know, I'm pretty happy with that. We love a good sale. Once you get it, you buy it, you download the software, you plug it in, which is all pretty simple. This is what it looks like. This is what the software looks like. Now, Stream Deck does do a lot of things. It can make your life a lot easier. I enjoy it. It's my most used piece of hardware, other than my keyboard and mouse, I guess you could say. Very, very handy. I'm going to go through all the bits that I use. Now, this video might go for a while because of it, but the rest of the hardware that I'm going to talk about after the Stream Deck, we won't need to spend a huge amount of time on. Looking at this might be my opening page, if you like. Stream Deck can do lots and lots of things. Now, I've included different kinds of emblems on there. You can fancy up your emblems as much as you like, but I'd really rather prefer than making these emblems on the buttons, because every square here represents a button on the Stream Deck. I'd really prefer spending my efforts and my time on creating content than creating fancy looking buttons. But looking on all these things, this is the first page that I look at. This button turns it on and off. I know that's really... Whoa, slow down, Stewie. These 2 buttons here on the left, they make the display brighter or softer, depending on how it's light. If it's bright, that window behind me can throw a lot of light, so I might need to turn the brightness right up. Or if I turn the brightness down, if I do it now, it doesn't come up on the screen, but it only is affected on the Stream Deck itself. So if it's late at night and it's dark, I might want it to be a little bit dim. Top left, if I click on that, my PC Panel Pro software comes up. PC Panel Pro is going to be a piece of hardware that we'll talk about in the next hardware video. This one is a bit of a shortcut. It opens up all the stuff. Multi-function buttons is one thing that the Stream Deck is really, really good at. This opens a lot of software. I think this opens everything I need when I'm streaming. So I push that button, everything opens. I go put the kettle on, I come back, and it's all open. So it opens OBS Studio. It opens Voice Meter, which is the software I use for my audio. It opens Pretzel Rocks, which is the software I use for music, which we'll get into in the next software video. Google Chrome, and I have Google Chrome open when I'm streaming because it has my my chat and my moderation tools for Twitch. And obviously it opens up World of Tanks. That's a game that I play most of the time. This button here moves all of those pieces of software. It moves all those applications to where I want them on my two screens. This button here opens up my starting soon screen. This one's pretty handy. If I push it now, it runs a speed test. So it might be worthwhile sometimes. If you're not sure of your connection, push that button, runs a speed test, and after a few seconds, we're doing it live now, it'll tell you how much, what your upload and download speed is. I reckon that's not a bad idea. I'm not sure what this button underneath does it, but this button, that one's just a clock, and this one just goes to the next page, which is my Twitch stuff. There you go, there you go. There's my upload and download speed. That come up pretty quickly. These two are shortcuts to go to my YouTube scenes, and this is the button I use to go live on Twitch. This one here shows my PC usage, which can be handy. If that's really high, I might go, hang on a minute, something's wrong. Let's go for our YouTube stuff first. This is probably looks a little bit messy, and of course it does. This top button goes back to the page you just went to. This one selects a blank scene. This button here starts my recording. I can just by pushing that button, I can start recording, talk away, do stuff, push it again, and it stops. And this button here goes to these one, two, three, four, 5 buttons there all go to different scenes that I use when I'm recording for YouTube. This button here is another multitask one. This one goes to the scene, my outro scene. You might be able to see that down the bottom, and then it has a delay of how long my outro video goes for, and then it stops recording. So when I want to stop my recording, it doesn't just go stop. I can click this button here to go stop. When I click on this button here, it goes to the outro scene and then stops when that outro scene ends. This is just some text shortcuts that I've got for my descriptions that I put in my YouTube videos, World of Tanks with StewiejP, the code, the stuff that I've gotten written in my descriptions. It's just quality of life kind of shortcuts, if you like. And these buttons here, they won't come up if I push them now on this scene. But if I go to the full scene, which we'll do that, we'll go to the full scene. These buttons here, they get these things that come up down the bottom. Please consider liking or subscribing. There are the buttons that come up there on the bottom of the of this particular OBS scene. Also the Twitch one that comes up a little bit differently. That's pretty much all of my YouTube scenes. That's pretty much all of my YouTube scenes. But I do have different variations of some of them. If I go back to this page, you can see there's a YouTube there. There's a YouTube number 2 there, which is very, very similar. But for this video, when I use the YouTube number 2, I'm turning on and off all the different sources. Sources such as the web page that you had up before. And what you're looking at now, the Elgato Stream Deck software, sources like that, makes it a little bit easier. Moving on to the Twitch scenes, you've already seen that's the button I push to go live. Once I've set up my stream, the applications are on, the lights are on, make sure my hair looks beautiful. Yes, I need a haircut. Hopefully I'll get one soon. And push that button and we go live. It's pretty simple. Doesn't take much to explain that one. This one's the second page. This is one of probably my main page for my Twitch channel. And again, there are different scenes. This one's got, say, a website will be open as well as my camera rather than the game. This one here that says main on it, that's my main gameplay one with World of Tanks on it and my picture. The full screen one is the full screen one. It's very similar to the full screen one at the start of this video. This is a Be Right Back scene. So a lot of people talk about Elgato Stream Deck for switching scenes. Well, that's what these do. Map cover. If I push that, a map cover pops up, and it blocks the mini map in World of Tanks. If we're playing Clan Wars, or if we're doing some kind of tournament or something like that, I don't really think stream sniping is a big deal, but some people do. And rather than have the argument with people who might be in my team, I just say, no worries, I'll cover up the map, and I'll mute the audio. This one's blank. This one displays how many people are watching. I know every Twitch guide they say, don't pay attention to how many people are watching, but it's hard not to, isn't it? The emotes, this is the emote chat only. It's one of my rewards. People can opt for channel points. They can turn emote only on for a game. That's all that one's for. Ending stream soon. That's another scene changer. Sub chat. This is in red because it's like my emergency button. If you get people coming in that are being disrespectful, carrying on like pork chops, being gooses, I hit that button and instantly my Twitch stream is only open to people who are paid subscribers. And as soon as I hit that button, I say in my stream, I say, look, apologise, folks, I've had to turn sub chat only, just while I ban these dingbats and get rid of them. And we all know what kind of people there are out there who like to troll. They like to say words that sound like words that shouldn't be said on Twitch. You all know what I'm talking about. So I hit that sub chat only button, delete and block all of those people who might be trying to troll or try to be smartasses, and then I turn the sub chat back on. That's the only time I use sub chat. I'm not using that to try to gain subscribers. It's more so to pause the disrespectful comments that might be in the Twitch chat while I address who needs to be banned and who doesn't need to be banned. It's a handy tool. It's a simple tool. Emote chat only would also do the same thing, I guess. And but that's when I do either of these, subs and VIPs, I think, and obviously moderators can still type in the chat, so they can also explain what might happen. This shout button, push the shout button. These are people that often drop in, say g'day on my stream. I click on either any one of their names, and their name and a link to their channel comes up in the stream. There's more there. There's heaps. It's really good and handy. I think it's a pretty good thing to have a button you can push to shout out people who are also other streamers who often come to say g'day. And that's a pretty good idea. Loyalty, this is just some text that comes up on the thing which explains how my loyalty system works if somebody doesn't understand. And the raffle, this is another multi-action that I use whilst streaming. It does 6 actions. So it puts the message raffle in the chat, which starts the raffle, and then it also starts some text rolling across the screen, telling the people that people watching. Now that I've got that happening in 2 scenes. So it depends what scene I'm on, either my main live stream scene or the full stream one. And the text across can tell the viewers, right? Exclamation mark join to join the raffle. Raffle for medium-sized ones. You win points, bragging rights, and high fives. And then there's a delay for the time of the raffle, and then it turns that text off. That's why if you're watching my stream and a raffle goes off, you see the text coming up along the top of the screen, and then when the raffle ends, the text disappears without me having to individually tell the computer to do, or tell the Stream Deck or OBS to do each one of those tasks. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, let me know in the comments. Moving on to the next page. That's where we were. So this is number 3. This one here is another shortcut to something very similar to what we saw in the YouTube things. This is for doing live stream recordings. Haven't done it for a while. There's another sub chat button and a map cover there, just in case we need to do it. But this is a don't really use this group of scenes much, but this is if I'm doing replays, recording replays live on Twitch, which is something I'll probably do again soon. You never know. Marker, this is to mark a section of the stream. If I push that button when I'm live, I can mark a section of the stream if there's something that I want to come back to later, whether I want to make a short video on it, a clip, a YouTube short, whatever you like, something like that. There's a clip button for doing the same thing. I generally don't do that because if you push the clip button, it clips the last 30 seconds or whatever it is, but it doesn't give it a cool name, or it doesn't shorten or lengthen it. Like if you're clipping something funny, you want it to be short and concise and to the point, not just your last 30 seconds. Save replay. If you saw my video a few days ago on OBS settings, I've got it set for I think it's 1.5 minutes. If I push that button, the last 1.5 minutes of my stream will be downloaded to my hard drive, so I can make a short YouTube video or a short promotional video out of it. If something funny happens, an epic kill, 1AR shenanigans, doing a good jump, something like that, something fun, something talk about, something worth talking about, or something that I think might create more content later on. The raffle button is exactly the same as a previous raffle button. This is for running an ad. I don't do it. Some people run ads every hour. Running ads on Twitch every hour, I think, stops people or stops some of the times. When people join your channel, they generally see an ad, whether you're a partner or affiliate or not. I think it's all the same. When they join your channel, they see an ad, and if they're a subscriber, they might not. Some people subscribe to the theory that running an ad every hour prevents that, which it probably does. But if I'm a viewer, I expect to see an ad when I first turn up. If I don't, I'll go, oh, cool, there was no ad. But then if I see an ad every hour, if I'm there for the long haul, I guess I'd prefer to see one ad at the start of a stream rather than one ad every hour, every half hour, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below. I've stopped doing it. I did it a couple of times as an experiment. And as far as revenue goes, it's not not much. You don't get much at all. I did work it out. It was. I think if you got thousands of people watching, it might be a bit different. But yeah. Anyway, this button up here. Click on this one, and it tells me who I'm currently following that is live. Who's streaming now that is live, and as well as doing that. Once, if I'm winding up my stream, I can click on whoever's live right now, hold the button, and that person is who we will raid. It's as simple as that. That's I always like to raid somebody at the end of the stream. It doesn't matter if they're a big streamer or a small streamer. Whoever I follow, that will come up, and I can raid them. I reckon that's a pretty good shortcut. Rather than going into my stream manager, typing /raid and the name of their stream, probably spelling it wrong, or I can click on it through the website. But clicking on a button which is right there and not having to look at the screen that's got the web pages on is a pretty handy shortcut, I reckon. This is my wargaming stuff. These are all the different streams, different scenes I have for if I'm streaming on the wargaming channel, which is obviously it's a different set of scenes. I don't have my rolling text with the chat over over my main screen like I do in my stream. The scenes are a little bit different. There's scenes for results showing the casters, the strat sketches for ANZ B League, all that kind of jazz. And these are countdown timers for the beginning of the stream. So, and what's this one? Yeah, then these are different when they run for ANZ B League. These are different sources as well. These are all video sources. I've got them as ad 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but they're not ads as in revenue ads. They're short videos between, I think, 2 and 5 minutes. Last time I did ANZ B League was a while ago. So this one's about the Astron Rex. This one's about the RNG. Remember the RNG videos are out there? They have a short video about RNG. This one's about Prime, and the other ones are about RNG as well. And these are all other different scenes and sources that we covered in the video a few days ago with OBS about the matches that are coming up, next week's matches, the leaders on the leaderboard, results, the game itself, me and JT when it's just us talking between battles, and a blank scene for starting and ending. I think I've covered everything with the Elgato stream. There's a lot more it can do, even though that sounds like a bit. There are more things over to the right-hand side. Scenes, record, screenshot, flashback recording. That's for the game capture. OBS Studio. We talked about recording, streaming, sources and scenes. Mixer audio. Not really sure what that one does. Let's find a blank one. Mixer audio. Don't know. Find out another day. I think it might be changing your audio setters. There's a soundboard there. I don't have a soundboard installed. I might do it one day. We used to have a soundboard happening, but when I changed computers, I deleted all the files. I might work on it again. Just little funny sounds that you might want to use when you're doing your stream. Now, these are Stream Deck applications, so creating a folder will create, if I put that one there, and then click on it, then there's another new folder. Go-to page. Multi-action is what I like to use. Multi-action switch, so you're on and off by clicking those ones. Random action, I'm not sure you do a random action. Timer. Brightness we covered before. Sleep is when you tell it to go to sleep and when it's bedtime. The system, things about your system, not too sure. Oh yeah, putting text in, opening specific software, all that jazz. Twitter, you can tweet out that you're going live by pushing a button. I used to have that on there, but I don't anymore. Control center, what's that one? This is about brightness and temperature. Interesting, not sure about that. That might be about Elgato stuff with the lights that they sell. Twitch Studio, start and end stream, similar stuff than we've seen before. There's some voice mod stuff. Bar Raider created a lot of applications for the Elgato Stream Deck. Giveaways, live streamers, ads, messages. Some of it overlaps, obviously. Voice meter, you can change your voice meter settings. I don't use it. I did investigate it, but I don't use the Stream Deck for my voice meter settings anymore. Now I use my PC Panel Pro, which will be covered in the next hardware video. What else is there? Nearly out of tabs. OBS tools. Similar. We're using the CPU usage in the first page, and there's an instant replay thing. There's different. These are ways of doing the same thing but with different software. And then there's another similar one there with Stream Elements having a lot of different options. I really like the multitask ones, even the simple multitask ones like we do with the raffle, or with closing out a live recording, or even a not a live recording. I think it's pretty cool. And also, I really like the raid function as well. I reckon that is pretty cool. Let's get rid of that now and move on to our next topic. That was just about the what are we talking about? That was just about the Stream Deck. Moving on to the next one is webcams. Logitech are generally, I think it's Logitech are generally well regarded as the best producer of webcams. I know Elgato have created one, but the Elgato one's about $300. If you're just starting, I wouldn't be spending $300 on a webcam. My webcam is the Logitech C922. That's what it looks like. And you can see that's $200 on the Logitech website. Having said that, it's $118 on Amazon. I'll put a link down to all this stuff down below. No problems whatsoever. But I think I got mine for under that. That was $118 or nearly $119. That's on Amazon. It's a lot less than $300. That's all I can say about that. Looking at other Logitech webcams, as mentioned, they're pretty much they're regarded as the best producer of webcams as far as I'm aware. I mentioned Elgato's bought a Stream Cam out. I'm told it's really, really good. They've got some really good reviews. But this 922 is doing me quite well at the moment. Thank you very much. On their website, it's listed as $19.99, as I mentioned, but I picked it up for less than that. There's a 920 for a little bit less. There's also I know people who really like the Brio, but the Brio there's listed for $350. I'm not sure how they are elsewhere. They might be cheaper elsewhere. And there's a lot of business cam webcams which probably do the job as well. There's a Logitech Stream Cam which has come out recently, but again, it's a little bit more expensive than 922. Now this one goes fast, 60 frames per second at 720. So it's not 1080, but for a picture which is only going to be a small part of your screen, I reckon that's fair enough. And I think it's pretty good value at whatever I paid for it. I can't remember what I paid for it. I've had it for years. It's $118.83 on Amazon at the time of recording this video. Who knows if it's going to go up or down. I think I picked it up a little bit cheaper than that. Hardware number 3, lights. Before you go spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a new camera, I know there are people out there who use DSLRs for recording and for streaming, which is probably really, really good. They're probably great. I've got a DSLR as well, but I don't use it for live streaming. I use it for taking photographs of the family and stuff like this. Whenever I see someone who's streaming and their camera, their webcam doesn't look good, if it ever comes up, they generally will say, oh yeah, I need a new camera. You'll just need better lighting. Now I use these newer dimmable USB lights. I got 4 of them, or is it 5? I've got 2 above me giving light on my face. That's generally why my face looks pretty bright. I've also got 2 behind me for a little bit of contrast. One's turned off right now because a lot of light comes through that window where I've got the blind down. I'm recording this one in the morning. And the ones behind me are just for a little bit of contrast, bit of colour in the background, more so at night time because one of them's red and it goes up against the wall. Just creates a little bit of atmosphere. This is 2 for $52. I've seen them for less. There's a lot of pretty cheap USB lights out there on Amazon, on eBay, on all that kind of jazz. Sure, you can buy an Elgato light ring, I think they're about $300. If you're just starting, and they're probably great. In fact, I know they will be great. I don't have one. I've never had one. And at the moment, I'm not thinking of buying one. If I win one, I might get one. Elgato, if you want to send me one, go for your life. But for $300 compared to $25, it might be worth buying a few of these. The next thing we're going to talk about is my mounting system. I've actually got 2 of these lights mounted on my mounting system. I bought the mounting system via Amazon, and it's called the Wally or the Wally, W-A-L-I. Once again, all these links will be down below. And the good thing, as far as I can see, I saw these on a review website years ago, and they're really, really strong. I've got what have I got? 4 arms. I've got this dual arm, which is up on the screen right now. I've got the long pole, which looks like it's currently unavailable, but or maybe it's 2 poles. I'm not sure. But they're rock solid. You can bolt them into your table if you drill a hole. If you don't want to drill a hole and you've got access to where a clamp could go, you can do that as well. So we've got the pole. We've got the you can buy the brackets on there. What were the ones we were going to get? No, that's not the one. They're brackets. Go down there. We've got there's the big arm. That's only $60. That's for one big arm. That's a long arm though. That's probably about 1 meter long. It'll probably tell you something there. How long it's looking at it. It wouldn't be far off 1 meter, which is probably longer than you need. I've also got a shorter one, a shorter single arm, which is the long and the short arm have both got my lights on it, which come down on my face, and the dual arm, which you saw earlier, have got my 2 monitors on there. But the other good thing is they come with really, really good cable management tools. There's like plastic clips that go up and down the pole and along the arms. So all your wires coming from your lights, your monitors, your webcam, any other peripherals you might have floating around. I've got quite a few things attached to these arms. I'm glad they're as strong as they are because there's 2 lights, which they're not super heavy, but they've got a bit of weight to them. Two monitors, the webcam, a lot of switches, a lot of Allen keys tucked in behind, hidden away, stuff that I like to have out of sight. It's all up there. I think they're a great product. I've got no idea where they're made, but they're pretty good. There's a gas spring system available as well, which I haven't tried. Similar Visa plates, and but I've just got the plain ones, which you adjust them by using what do you adjust them by using? You adjust them by using Allen keys. That's what they're called, Allen keys. What's this one? Extender brackets. Oh, they've got heaps of stuff. And the good thing about the website on Amazon is you can go through all the different options just on the one page. You can have a look at what they've got there. I reckon it's pretty cool. I reckon they make some pretty good products. They've most of their products looks available. It's modular. You can add to it. I reckon they're great. I'll put a link down the bottom. They hold the screens up. They stop them falling down. Does the job for me. That's 3. Was that 3 or 4, Stewie? I can't remember. We've gone through the Elgato Stream Deck, the Logitech webcams, lights, the mounting system, PC specs and hats. Holy moly, PC specs and hats. You wouldn't believe it. You've got to have, if you don't have a silly hat, you're crazy. PC specs, you can talk about PC specs all day long. I'm not going to. Your PC spec, a lot of the settings, especially the settings that I talked about a few days ago with OBS, a lot of those settings and how your game is going to go will depend on your PC specs. Personally, I run, I think I've got 64 gig of fast RAM, a 3070 GPU, i7 9700K processor, and what else is there? Some SSDs. Everyone's different though. It's how much money do you want to spend on your stuff? That's the $1 million question. I was streaming and producing content when I had the 970 GPU, which is very old, and it was going okay. A lot of it's also going to come down to your internet connection. You saw when I had the Elgato Stream Deck up earlier, you saw the speed on the Stream Deck was one of the options, and I've got a good. I'm lucky enough to have a pretty good internet connection. Some people don't. If your internet connection's not too flash, maybe streaming's not going to be as doable as if your internet connection was better. But if you lower your settings, you can probably still get away with a 720 stream. I don't know, maybe. I think in general, my upload speed is close to 50. I think the minimum recommended is 10 or 20. Don't quote me on that. Do a bit of Googling. There's a lot of information on the Twitch website. However, if your upload speed isn't quick enough to stream, then maybe you can still create videos. You can still create written content if you want to be a content creator. Enjoy it. The best advice I can give to people is enjoy it. Use it as an opportunity to connect to the community, have a bit of fun, and obviously learn stuff. Learning is what it's all about, right? I forgot to show. Where's my sources page again? We'll go back here. This is the other part of the mounting systems. This is the Wally mounting system web page on Amazon, which really shows what you can do. You can put one screen there, you can put two screens, one big one, 2 and 3 screens there. You see it all is, it all sort of joins together. You can go up, vertical, horizontal, different kind of clamps. I reckon they're pretty cool. Having said that, I haven't used any other one. I haven't used any other mounting system. So, maybe all the other ones are better, but these feel really rock solid, and they haven't let me down for nearly 2 years ago, or 18 months ago, I think is when we built it. PC specs, hats, of course. You don't have to wear a hat. Don't be silly. Not everybody has to wear a hat. What I meant by, the only reason I added hats in is have something which is your brand, which you can talk about. Whether it's hats, whether it's the big one with the microphone, whether it's, I don't know, your pets, your garden. You might grow tomatoes like I do. You never know. Use something to have a little bit of fun with, something to talk about other than the game, which if you can't be talking about the game, sometimes you want to talk about something else. So maybe that's, you might be into model tanks, model planes, gardening, whatever. Hopefully this has been helpful, folks. I'm putting these videos together because if you're a brand new content creator or you're thinking about getting into content creation, then I want to help. Don't forget to join the Discord. Link's just there above my head right now. There'll also be a link down in the description below. There's a section in the Get On Board Studios Discord channel called Content Creation, and I'll be uploading all these videos and hints and tips there, as well as Ask Me Anything kind of environment is what we're trying to do. If this gets enough attention, I might do an Ask Me Anything live stream in February, March I can help you with your stream or your setups or give some advice. One thing I wouldn't recommend though, unless you're absolutely loaded, I wouldn't recommend going out and spending thousands and thousands of dollars on items that might not really make your content do any better or look any better. There are often cheaper ones, like with the lights. You might have a spare desk lamp somewhere in your spare room or in your garage or something. Use that. That's what I did. We had a spare desk lamp, and it's sitting right here behind the screens before I got these USB ones because I knocked over the desk lamp and it smashed into a lot of different pieces. That was an awkward day. But spending a lot of money on hardware does not always equate to success in content creation. So I highly recommend, if you're just starting, just start with what you've got. In all honesty, a computer and an internet connection that's good enough to do it. A webcam would be worth it. Most people have maybe got them already, but the engagement you get with your audience with a webcam is really good. I saw my engagement skyrocketed when the webcam came up. I understand it could be nerve-wracking when you first put the webcam in, but I think it's a pretty worthy piece of equipment to use. Everything else is supplementary. Next hardware video will be all about audio, the microphone, and the other pieces of hardware that I use to try to make myself sound good. Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope your content creation journey is a good one. Any questions, join the Discord. Put in the comments down below. Sorry this one's gone for a little bit longer, but there was a bit to cover. Next one won't be so long, I promise. Well, I hope not. Once again, happy content creating. Take care and see you all next time.